let's make some Christmas ornaments. Now these are the things you're going to need to make these Christmas ornaments. You will need some bits of brown cardboard. Now this is really thin cardboard that you can cut with the scissors, and I've just used some drink bottle cartons, but I also found some brown on my cat food containers. So look around your house and see if you can find something that makes a good firm ornament but is still like a brown color. The inside of cereal boxes are quite good, and I actually really like old Lego boxes. So if you have old Lego boxes lying around, they make really good Christmas ornaments. So these are like cookie ornaments, and what we're using today is we're using the scrap cardboard. You need a pencil to draw your shapes, a scissors to cut them out, and then you need a paint pen. Now I've used a paint pen to make these. Now these are a little bit more available than they used to be. They're quite pricey, but you can find them here and there. So this is what they often look like. They look like this, and you can get them at a stationery shop. Now if you can't find a paint pen, or you don't have one at home, there are a few other things you can use. You can use a white oil pastel to make these outlines, or if you have these twisty crayons and you have a white one, that's also a good option. But I found that using a bit of paint and a cotton bud worked really well. So that's also an option, and I might just show you how to do that a bit later. So the first thing you're going to do is cut out your shapes. So I have cut some out already like this. I cut them out, but it's really simple. If you want to make your house shapes, all you do, take a piece of cardboard, and I'm a little bit lazy because I don't draw first. I'm just going to cut a rectangle off, and then I'm going to cut a point, and I just use whatever shapes I can get out. Now you can see that's a little bit skew there. Now sometimes that looks really nice, so sometimes I don't even worry, and I'm just going to throw these bits away. So I cut out some shapes first. Now you don't have to just make houses, gingerbread houses. You can make little gingerbread men. I've made a little gingerbread snowman. He's very skew. If you want to make stars or hearts, let's just make a little quick heart here. That's also quite a good idea, because you get gingerbread biscuits in those shapes as well. So this is a really wonky heart. It's cooked too long in the oven, and then I just cut that out. Now because this is quite thin cardboard, it's quite easy to cut out. So you probably won't need your grown-ups to help you cut out, but you might need your grown-ups to help you find the bits of cardboard and to cut it into smaller shapes so that you can use it. You will find if you do use Lego boxes, they are a little bit thicker. You may need your grown-ups for that. Okay. So these are the shapes that I've cut out already. Now I'm going to show you how to do this. Or if you want to cut a gingerbread shape, that's a little bit trickier than some of the other shapes. I have done mine by making a template, and I just put it together like this. So I folded my piece of paper in half. Oops, I can't get it open now. Folded my piece of paper in half, drew half a gingerbread man like this, until I thought the shape was right, and then I cut it out. So then when I opened it up, there was my gingerbread man. And often what I do then is I cut and cut until I think it looks right. Then I draw around him on my piece of paper like this, so that I get the gingerbread shape. But you can just draw a gingerbread man if you don't want to make a template first. Just draw it onto your cardboard. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. So let's start with our drawing. Now for the gingerbread man, what I have done is I have just gone around the edges. I'm just going to move the scissors that I keep bumping. I've gone around the edges, all the way around the edge here with my white paint pen. Like this. Now you get these white paint pens in different thicknesses. This one's a little bit thinner, this one's a little bit thicker. You can see this one's got a thinner point. So you choose the one that you think will work best for what you want. I quite like this thick one. Sometimes the cardboard is very absorbent, and then you find the paint pen sort of sinks into the cardboard, and you might have to do more than one line over each other. But this one's quite a good one, and so it is going quite well. When I first made these ornaments, I did find like chalk pens in the dollar store, and they were really cheap and worked really, really well. So if you can find some of those. Now I'm going to put on a little face. Now you can make little girl gingerbread or little boy ones, whatever you like. I'm going to put on little eyes. Now remember, where you put the eyes always changes the way the face looks. I think gingerbread men should have really smiley faces. If you want to make grumpy gingerbread men, then you go right on ahead. And then we're decorating. So I often see these wrinkly lines on gingerbread cookies, so I'm going to put them on mine But you don't have to decorate your gingerbread like this. You can decorate it any way you like, and actually the more imaginative you are, often the better these look. So there's my little gingerbread man. I'll put him with the other one. This one has a little tie. He has a different face. Oh, and I gave this one eyebrows. You can give him a nose if you want, but those are slightly more traditional. So put him to one side, and then let's go on to the house. So again, when I'm doing these ornaments, I like to go all the way around the edges like this. I think it's a good place to start, because sometimes I don't have an idea yet. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. So I go all the way around the edges, and that's a really good place to start. Now I'm going to make my door. So some doors I make with a square top, and some I make with a round. You can see that one's a little bit skew, but it doesn't really matter. I think we'll make this a round door. I think I'm going to make it quite fancy and put a window at the top of this door. Let's make it a round window like this, so you can see in or out. And then I like to put, this is sort of those parts of the door that are like wooden, just decoration. I find if you put a few more things on your door, it looks a little bit more interesting. Let's make this more decorative, like it's a real gingerbread cookie, and go around the door. Very flowery door this. I can't imagine it would be a real one. Maybe it needs a cat flap down here. And there we go. So some flowery bits around my door. Let's put maybe two windows. Let's put another round window at the top here, and let's put windows here. So this is the fun part. You decide what you want to put onto your gingerbread house, and then you just make lots and lots of really cool Christmas ornaments that you can hang on your tree. You can give them to friends, or you could even use them as gift tags for your family. So now I'm going to make plants over here. So I make like a flower at the top, and I'm just lazy. Just put some dots around it like this. Flower with some dots, and then I make a long stem, and I'm going to put little leaves on all the way down, just as a decoration for my gingerbread house. You can, if you want, and maybe we'll do it on this one because we've done nothing on the roof, add icicles, or I suppose it's more snow. I wouldn't know, living in Australia where it's really hot at Christmas time. You can add snow here on the edge of your house, as if the snow has come down over like this. There we go, a bit of snow. And I suppose I could do that on the top of my windows as well. So when you are decorating your little house, you just make it exactly how you like, the kind of gingerbread house you would really want. Put things on, windows on, things that you would really like to see on your gingerbread house, and it will look fantastic. Don't worry if your windows and things are a bit wonky. Remember, these are supposed to look like cookies, and if you were doing this with icing, I think it would be quite tricky to make that in icing. So there's another little house. So I've done 3 little houses and a gingerbread cookie. Shall we do no, let's just let me show you how to put these together. Now, to put them together for the Christmas tree, I have found some scraps of Christmas ribbon. So I sometimes save these in case I need them from presents or things that we have. And what I'm doing is cutting just a little strip like this, and then I'm just gonna fold it into a loop, put it on the back of my gingerbread house with this piece of sticky tape like this, and stick that down. And there is my little gingerbread ornament, and I can do that again. Let me show you that again. So cut a piece of your ribbon. Now you don't have to use ribbon, you can use string, you can use anything you've got at home. Turn over your little gingerbread ornament, put it down. I've just folded it neatly, but you don't have to do that. I've done this with string as well, or you can use some gold string or wool, anything you have at home that you can make a little tie with like that, and then hang it up on your Christmas tree. There you go. What I also like to do with these is I like to make what I call bunting. So what I do is I take my and I make long ribbon, and we hang these up in our houses. We make in our house, we make this at Christmas time, and then we stick these on like this onto long pieces of ribbon, and like that with sticky tape, or you can use a glue gun, and then we hang those up on the walls of our house or over the windows. I have the gingerbread ones hanging over the wall in my kitchen. So that's something you can do with these as well. Now hunt around your house for bits of cardboard, and then find yourself some white media that you can use. Let's see how this oil pastel, because that's something people might have at home. So there, look how easy that works. So the oil pastel goes really, really easy on your cardboard, and that's something that you may have at home. Even white crayon. I actually don't happen to have a white crayon, so you can use your oil pastel if that's something you have at home. And then I said you could use a twisty. I haven't tried the twisty, so let's see what that looks like. Twisty crayon, that's also very good. Very good. Go over it twice. You might have to push hard with a twisty crayon. I suppose this needs to have. He's not quite as bright, but just as beautiful. If you have paint at home and the cotton buds, that works pretty well. So it's a little bit harder, but instead of doing a line, you could do little dots all around the edges, and you can see that's beautiful and bright and white, which makes it really nice. So you could just make dots around the edges. You can draw with your cotton bud. Now it's easier to use a cotton bud than a paintbrush when you're doing this kind of detailed work. So if you have cotton buds at home, this is the easiest. And then you can draw. It's not as neat as the paint pen, but it's a little bit more fun. So those are some things you can do to make some ornaments at home. I hope you give it a go while you're on your Christmas holidays, and I hope that you're able to give these as little gifts to your special grown-ups. Have a good day. Bye-bye.